Join with Calvin McDonald, CEO of Lululemon. So Scott just sort of teed up a perfect first question. The shares are up about 70% so far this year. You laid out a pretty ambitious growth plan. Citi just put out a note yesterday saying, look, Lulu's got to have a flawless quarter or else there's just built-in disappointment because so many things have been going right. They are a little worried that promos are a little higher than what they had seen previously from Lululemon. So do you want to address that? Have you been more promotional than planned?
We've never used pricing or promotional activity to drive our top-line business. We always remain focused on product innovation as a way to delight the guest and to grow our top-line business. And there's been no change to that approach this quarter or from a year-to-date basis.
So investors shouldn't be concerned about margin compression based on this Citi take?
We haven't changed our approach. And, I'm very pleased with our innovation and what we've seen from a year-to-date perspective and how the guest continues to respond to our product.
Innovation and product is certainly a big part of what every retailer and every brand has to put forth to excite the customer. On the last earnings call, you also pointed out two things, though, that are a bit out of your control, sort of the athletic space in general, and the fact that you believe there is less seasonality in a product that Lululemon sells. So if two of the three factors are out of your control, can you continue this growth streak?
Well, I think out of our control in the sense that not having a highly seasonal business and one that's more dependent on core is a real positive to our business. It allows us to sort of leverage our bottoms business where we're incredibly strong. It allows us to leverage the fact that guests are interacting with the product because it's solving needs that they have in their life, either at the studio or to and from. So I think that's a real good thing for our brand and our business. And then when we just look at the opportunity of what's happening in the athletic space in general, I do think we're influencing it and we're benefiting from the fact that people are just more concerned with how they feel. And the health and wellness industry, as we know and we talk about, is a $3 trillion industry in which I think Lululemon has a real authentic opportunity to play in and do more than how we're just playing today.
And you've looked at new categories like self-care, things like dry shampoo, deodorant. Is that something that is going to be a substantial new revenue stream? Is it just slightly incremental? How are you looking at that opportunity?
What's exciting when we look at our 5-year growth plan and the power of three, and we've talked about doubling our men's, doubling our online, and quadrupling our international, is all of that growth is coming from our core business as we know it today. And we will continue to test and play into new categories, and we're going to test and play into new opportunities, be it membership or events as a means to interact and build a relationship with our guests. So our 5-year plan is no dependency on it. We see an opportunity for our even future growth and incremental, but all these are incremental and they're exciting to see ways in which we can build that relationship with the guest.
You mentioned membership. So you've been testing this loyalty program in several cities. I believe you had shared it was $128, and the benefits are varying a bit based on what you're learning. Can you give us some updates on how that could have a financial impact on the company?
Well, we learned initially that we could play with the price points. So one of the initial reads was, what's the right value proposition and how will the guests respond? The last few test markets, we've been in 4 now, just recently in Chicago, which was great because it supported our Lincoln Park experiential store. We tested $150. That seems to be the price that we're comfortable with, where we sold out on our test. Guests are responding incredibly well. And it really is the pinnacle expression of how our vision of igniting community, people living the sweat life, comes to life, and we're able to deliver that through the guests. So we're really excited about the read on the pilot so far and look for exciting opportunity with that moving forward.
So when you say they're really responding, what do you mean they're really responding? They're buying more, they're interacting more with the brand?
All the above. A big part of the essence of the membership is obviously driving loyalty. It is interacting with sweat in the local community through our ambassadors and through studios. So we want that engagement in the program. And they're engaging with the brand more in terms of how they're spending. So we see a lot of benefit coming out of the program.
I believe Pete Najarian has a question back in the studio.
Yeah, Calvin, I've been a longtime holder of your stock, and I'm curious. One of the reasons that I've liked it so much is you started off strong, but you've moved into the men's category in a big way. Is there still room for expansion there for you in terms of not just the stores themselves expanding, but I'm talking about what you're putting out in terms of what the men are out there looking to buy?
It's a great question. We're really excited about our men's business, not just performance from a year-to-date basis, part of our 5-year growth plan to double it. But we know our awareness and consideration within the men's category is still low. And that is where the opportunity lies. So we will continue to expand and bring product. We see that both in opportunity around run, train, and yoga, which is our own sweat categories. And on the move, ABC is a great anchor, but there's a lot of opportunity to expand beyond that. And that's the work we've been in, and we're going to continue to do that. So I see the growth coming from acquiring more men, driving market share with them, and then driving share with the men as they experience Lululemon and get them to spend more.
I believe Joe Terranova also has a question.
Hi, Mr. McDonald. Yes, I'm a shareholder as well. My question revolves around athletic footwear. Could you tell me who exactly you believe you'll be grabbing the market share from over the next 5 years as you get aggressive with this plan?
Well, we know footwear is a very competitive category. So I think it's hard to point directly to one particular player. What's exciting for us is, as I mentioned, we see an opportunity. We've tested footwear in a way in which we can sell to our guests. And in the coming, few years, we're excited about some white space that we've identified and the product that we'll be launching and testing. And then we'll be able to grow from there. And our 23 plan isn't reliant on footwear at all. So it's all going to be incremental. We're going to test and learn. But we feel we've identified some opportunity that will be truly white space, and we'll see how the guest responds.
Calvin, before we let go, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about China. That's a key market of expansion. You're looking to double your stores there. Is that still the plan? Has anything changed as we've moved forward with this trade war between the U.S. and China?
I was just there a week ago touring the market. We've doubled our store count from a year-to-date basis. We'll end the year at 30. We started with 15. The success of our brand, the momentum around the sweat life within China, I leave energized, excited. There's no change. The community is strong. The brand has nothing but potential around awareness and consideration. So very excited about what the team has done and what our potential is there and our expectation to quadruple our international market.
Calvin McDonald, CEO of Lululemon, thank you for joining us here today.